Oki, welcome to Prairie Phyre, bringing you news from First Nations communities in southern Alberta. I'm your host, Rachel Crow-Spreading Wings. Today on the show we have some interviews from October 1st, 2011 regarding the fracking projects happening on the Blood Reserve, which is located just west of Lethbridge. There are 3 interviews, 2 from members of the Blackfoot Confederacy and 1 non-First Nations anti-fracking supporter from Lethbridge. On October 1st, 2011, there was a peaceful and prayerful gathering of mixed community members of on and off reserve people. These people were given the okay by Chief and Council as long as no one inhibited the fracking workers. When the crowd had assembled, they were then told to leave or be arrested by the RCMP. Here are the interviews following the incident. Sitting here with Mike Bruishead, and he is coordinating a peaceful protest against the fracking on the Blood Reserve, and apparently they were asked to leave the area that they had already had prior permission for. What happened today?
This morning, Saturday, October 1st, we're informed by the ranch manager that if I didn't leave, that the cops are going to be called on us elders to be told to leave because we're going to pray. This is deeper than the human level. And today was just going to be a prayer and a day with drumming. And I had about 4 or 5 top-notch drummers and members of all different societies and elders coming in to pray throughout the day.
For those of the people who are not from the community on the Blood Reserve, who is our chief right now?
The chief is Charlie Weaselhead. This was the most peaceful of all peaceful protests that was going to happen.
Right, and you weren't even calling it a protest, right? You were actually calling it a prayer ceremony.
Yeah, this morning we didn't leave in vain. We were able to still smudge, put the back on the ground, and we still sang some songs, and that's when we left the area before, I guess, police cart us off, I guess, you know.
Well, thank you very much for sharing the experience that you had today.
My name is Tom Kane and I live in Lethbridge. I came out especially today because this was going to be a prayerful protest. Not a protest, it was a prayerful moment.
And why do either of you think that it's now that the fracking has already really begun again in this last year that the community, besides just the community on the reserve, is becoming more interested?
I think we became interested because for the first time in my history of 35 years in Lethbridge, Aboriginal people asked us to become involved.
Do you think that there would be more involvement from the non-native community if we extended more invitations to come out and help us protest? Because a lot of the people within the Aboriginal community don't even understand exactly what we should be protesting, why we need to be protesting the fracking, what uranium is, what it does to the people.
I think the word invitation is a wonderful word. But today, what really upsets me as a prayerful person is that I was deprived the chance to pray with the elders. First time I was ever invited to come on the reserve and pray. So that was it. Mike says it hits at a deep spiritual level. I felt bad when I was driving around looking for the tent today.
Yeah.
All of a sudden on the inside I was getting, I was closing in and felt really uptight. I think that's because my spirit was getting shut out.
My name is Milton Born with a Tooth. I am from the Lone Fighter Society from the Blackfoot Nation, and have been and always been an ally within the Confederacy to the bundle holders of the Blood Tribe or Kanawa, but we're all Blackfoot. We all have the language, and so we're all one, so to speak. Uranium. We need to really expose that word. Because it's not a word that even I've been active in this area for the last 30, 40 years and trying to educate and get our people to understand how important where we are located as Blackfoots. We got to understand that we're at the headwaters. So uranium is an issue where I believe could be a line where the non-native understanding of our people and what we go through, because uranium is something that we both need to understand. The people downstream, no one can escape uranium.
There were no comments made by the RCMP or the Tribal Council regarding this issue. Thank you for tuning in to Prairie Phyre. We are committed on bringing you news from all First Nations communities in southern Alberta, ranging from powwows to politics, ceremonial and family gatherings to contemporary concerts, enriching all communities. Until next time, be safe, speak kindness, and have a wonderful day. Kiramatsin.